What's up guys, welcome back to Aquatic Elements. Today we are heading off to Switzerland to visit an absolutely amazing fish store. So before we do, I just need to feed the fish, give the arowana some food. So I'm just gonna give the fish some food and we're gonna head off to the airport and check out an absolutely amazing fish store. So without further ado, let's head off, let's get on the plane and let's head over to Switzerland. And we have arrived at the hotel here in Zurich. Now I've realised I haven't actually spoken about where we're going today, but I'm sure you've probably deduced that from the title and thumbnail, but we're actually going to be heading to Atlantis Aquatics here in Zurich, Switzerland. Now Atlantis Aquatics is an absolutely stunning shop. From the photos and videos I've seen of it already, it looks absolutely amazing. State-of-the-art facility, absolutely beautiful shop. And it's just in the north of Zurich, quite close to the airport. So if you are traveling into Switzerland, it's pretty easy to get to. Now, enough of me talking. Let's hit the road. Let's head over to Atlantis Aquatics and let's check it out. And we have made it to Atlantis Aquatics here in Zurich, Switzerland. Now we're going to be heading inside and doing a full shop tour. Now I've had a quick look inside myself, an absolutely beautiful shop and a very new shop as well. Now we're not only going to be doing the shop tour here, but we're also going to be looking into their private area, which is away from the customer's eyes, and looking at some very, very special corals. So let's head inside and let's check it out. Right, so as we enter the shop, see we've got a really nice modern setup in here. Really cool shop, not something I've seen in the UK. And we're gonna head around the store, check out a lot of their dry goods first, and then we'll check out the livestock, which I'm sure most of you wanna see. Now you will notice a lot of the bits are priced up, and you can see they are in francs, which will, the exchange rate, you can probably take about 10% off that price, which would equal the UK's equivalent. So you can see the products in Switzerland are definitely a lot more expensive than the UK. Like these Sally-Furt test kits, I think they're about £9 or £10 in the UK. And these are sort of like, well, the KH is around £10 and this will be about £17. Got a mix of frozen foods from Ocean Nutrition. And then we've got some Hanna instruments like the Hanna checkers. And I think this is it Fauna Marin products? Yeah, that's it, the Fauna Marin. Different foods. And then we've got Ocean Nutrition here. And then you'll be able to see the prices now. Unfortunately, the corals aren't priced up, but I do know a few of the prices, so I will go through those throughout the video. Then we've got the reef mats, clarices, and all of the rolls there. Now moving around, we've got some reactors. We've got the RO filters, not seen these before, made by Arca. RO membranes, these are really interesting. So it says this is 122 francs. Not a membrane I've seen before. These are the ones I'm more used to, like this one. So it's interesting to see the different products that they use in different countries and in Switzerland. And then we've got a few of the auto top-ups, the Auto Aqua, Red Sea, Tunzi. And then we've got some of their dry rock selection here. So I think these are Dutch Reef Rock, brand I've not seen before. And we'll head over to the coral bays in just a moment, but we'll check out the rest of the dry stock that they've got first. Definitely some products I've not seen before. Really nicely set up, really clean. Just a really nice modern shop. Now this shop was was started in August of 2021. So getting on to 4 years old now. So quite a young store, but you can tell it's just absolutely really nicely put together. Now, I haven't seen this brand before. Sangokai. Interesting. Look like we've got some different additives, some like strontiums, your different elements. Carbon. Zeolith, I believe this will be zeolite. Different buffers, different dosing elements. And then you've got some more of their tech, like the gyre pumps, Tunsies. And you've got your AI Neros. Got some nice max spec pumps down here. And that is the majority of the dry goods that they've got. They've got a lot of different sands, as you can see here. We've got some top-ups, like the Red Sea top-ups there. We've got a few spare parts for the Vortec pumps, the Ecotech products. And then coming round, we've got a few more bits and pieces. So this will be interesting. Flipper float magnet. So this 69 francs, so that's probably about £62. And then the large one, that's about 105-ish. So interesting just to compare the prices of different products from Switzerland to the UK. These are quite interesting. The statue heads. And then they've got a few glasses. Now this isn't something I've seen before. Floating aquarium top-down viewer. It's pretty interesting. We've got some different lenses, but that's the dry goods. Let's head around to the coral section, and we will also be able to head into their behind the scenes where they grow a lot of their special corals. So coming onto the first bay, we've got these absolutely stunning Trachyphilia. Now I will overlay some footage with an orange filter lens just to pick up the colours, because quite a few of these are sort of like a rainbow colour with the reds, turquoise blue. And I did ask on the price of these. I think these are around 120 to 200 francs. So pretty good price compared to the UK market. And then moving on, we've got 6 of these stunning Acanthophilia. Now these are an illegal coral to have in the UK, as they are now banned. But because here in Switzerland we are in Europe, these are not banned, so you can get them. And I was shocked hearing the prices. Now this one here is absolutely stunning with the reds, blues, purples. And I believe this one is about 300 francs, so about 270, 260 pounds, which is so cheap. You'd be paying triple, if not quadruple that, if they weren't banned in the UK. Moving on, we've got a selection of Cyanarinas, some nice reds, pinks, greens. And then we've got some yellow clove polyp frags just here, and some larger colonies at the back. Nice grafted Montipora here at the front, green and red, and then a couple of Cataphilias. Now moving on, we've got we've got a lovely clam. I believe that is a Maxima clam, and some big Fungia plates. And these systems are rimless, as you can see. I think they're probably about 18mm glass, 15mm. We've got some salts underneath. But you'll notice that it's got that central drain system where the water's flowing down underneath. And then we've got all of the pipe work really, really neatly kept under the tanks, which goes out into that back room where we're going to see a lot more corals later in the video. Now they've got these really nice pelmets above the tank, hanging from the ceiling, which is really, really cool. A nice map of the world there, which is subtly placed in grey and white, sort of concrete effect on the wall, which creates a really nice effect. Absolutely beautiful shop. Now moving on to the next bay, I believe this will be about, it's probably got to be about a 3.5 by 3.5 foot cube, and then around 15 inches tall. We've got a few grout pieces in here from Montipora. Now that chalice is actually absolutely stunning, that chalice there, and it's got a really nice green streak through it as well. Got some really large conches moving about. I think we've got a bit more flow in this tank. I can see we've got 4 of the AI Nero wave maker pumps on here, creating the circulation around this cube. Because we've got a few more of the hard corals and the acroporas. Now, apologies about the glass, it is a little bit dirty because we are getting a lot of sunlight through those, and I'm filming just before the weekend, so they are supposed to be cleaning the tanks. So I came on probably the wrong day to film, but you can still appreciate the lovely corals that they've got. Nice bird's nest growing out towards the lights. And looking at the lights, I believe these are the Ecotech Radions. There's a nice mandarin, a green spotted mandarin just there. And then moving around, we've got this huge colony of Montipora growing off the weir that you can see there. So lovely green and red Montipora. And then we've got these nice Acan echinatas here. Orange, green and blue. And a few bumblebee snails in this tank. Apologies about the reflection. And then moving on to the other side of that main display that we came to, or that main original tank, we've got this lovely green torch. Now, I might be wrong, but it's not quite green. It's got some sort of yellow tinge to it. So I'm wondering if it's potentially a holy grail, a big colony. And then you can see a lot of their hard corals here. We've got a gyre wave maker, creating that flow over the top of these. Nice selection of different acros. Some beautiful larger specimens, and then you've got a few frags dotted about as well. Now, I'm not too clued up on the different names of the acros, so apologies there. But then as we come past those, we've got a few really small acans, chalice, and then a nice selection of lobos. Big mother colonies there, and some more smaller frags. But that is the first 2 coral bays, and then we come to the last coral bay that I'm going to show you before we head out into the private behind the scenes area. Nice green favias. So it looks like they do have quite a few different frags. Now, you would have noticed there is only corals in this shop. Now, there are a few fish littered throughout the coral trays, but I was speaking to the owner, David, who said that in Switzerland you need to have a special degree to be able to sell fish. So you need to do a 3-year degree just to be able to sell the fish, which is really interesting because in the UK all you need is sort of a pet shop license and a few other bits and pieces of documentation, but it's very different laws in Switzerland. Now, he said the corals are, I believe the corals are really competitively priced and a bit cheaper than the UK, because they don't quite have the same legislation, the same laws that are covered in the UK for their invertebrates and for their corals. But they do have some different laws with the keeping of fish and selling of fish, which is really interesting to know. Now you can see we've got a few different mushrooms here, lots of Rhodactus. Now that mushroom just back there behind that chalice has got a lovely orange bounce to it, very similar to the Worldwide Corals Sunkist bounce mushroom. And then we've got a few more bounce mushrooms down here. Very nice colours to them, growing out on a bit of ceramic plate there. And then we've got a lovely Porites worm rock. Porites surrounded by those Christmas tree worms. Nice big zoa colonies, and then we're moving round to the last section of Euphilia. Now you see they've got all of these Euphilia raised up on these sort of plastic trays here, where they've got a gyre beneath it which is pushing the flow all the way under that tray, and then it's coming back up through that gyre and creating a really nice circular motion, which is really unique. Don't think I've really seen that before, but it's obviously very effective for growing these corals. Now, I am by the window, so I do apologise about the reflection here. Got a nice range of Euphyllia, gold hammers, bronze hammers, walling hammers. Some nice frog spawns back there. And then we've got some smaller frags, so if you're after some smaller Euphyllia frags, we've got plenty to choose from. And then we've got a nice range of different gold torches from your Indos, Dragon Souls, purple stemmed. There's some lovely green torches around here. And then just in the middle we've got a big colony of trumpets, green star polyps, and I believe a Sinularia, big soft coral there. But these torches look so healthy. Check out the flow and the movement of the tentacles there. But that is the 3 main coral bays they've got. And that is the full tour of the shop. But I've spoken to the owner, David, and he said that we are going to be allowed to film their behind the scenes private area where they grow a lot of the corals, some of the special pieces. But lovely main shop overall. Absolutely beautiful, really nicely set up. So let's head into that area and check out some more corals. So as we enter into the private behind the scenes tour, this is kind of like their frag farm, I would say, and where they keep a lot of their special pieces. Now you'll be able to see all of these systems are set up on these really big sumps that they've got underneath. We've got the NIOS reactor, we've got some big Deltec skimmers running on these, and then you've got 2 of those big Red Sea roller mats. I believe they might be the RSK 500s. On this sump we've got some smaller reactors and the smaller Deltec skimmer. Looks like they've got a big UV as well. I believe that's a UV light running on there. Oh yeah, I can see the glow through the hose tail, and then they've got a Clarity Gen 2 roller. Pretty simple, big open sumps. And they are also running the big coral bays that you would have seen earlier in the video. So they're all running through the main shop. You can see just through those nice, neat, hidden away from customers, giving them a lot of storage space under the coral trays, which is really interesting. Something I haven't seen before, but it makes the shop really neat and tidy. So let's head back to the beginning. I'm gonna check out some of these corals. Now up top, you'll be able to see they've got a few different clams and then a massive range of different SPS corals. Now, they're lighting these with the ATI T5 tubes. So we've got a different mix of different coloured bulbs above there, and it's creating this really nice pastel effect. The coral's got lovely colour. Now you will see there is a bit of algae on the glass, but because this is a coral farm, this is a grow-out facility, they're not too focused on keeping the glass clean, as it has absolutely no effect on the corals and fish within the tanks. But nice different mix of some different growth patterns, acroporas, different colours. Really beautiful species. And then as we head down to this big, so this has got to be about a 5 or 6 feet coral tray. Got some big mother colonies here. Now that is absolutely beautiful, that one. You're going to be able to see the colours really well in here because it's not very blue. It's got lovely pink tips and a green base. And check out that massive, really thick acropora. I don't think that's a, could be a barley slimer, I believe, or a Dallas acro. And they've got this huge tabling acropora right next to it. They're actually growing into each other because they're growing so quickly. And then you've got a selection of different frags, I believe. Once these grow out and heal, they'll put these out to the main shop. And that is absolutely beautiful. This soft coral here, it's like a yellow-green colour. A really nice specimen. It's like a Fiji yellow toadstool that they fragged. And then we've got loads and loads of zoas here. I think these are very similar to the alien anti-venom zoas. And then we've got a very blue tank up top here, lots of different frags. Now you will see there's been quite a lot of different inverts in these tanks because, as I mentioned, they can't really keep many fish. We've got some different snails, turbos, troker snails. There is a lovely sailfin tank underneath. Boxing shrimp. And then I completely missed these Recordia Yuma mushrooms just here. And then we've got loads of conches. I've noticed loads and loads of conches throughout the shop tour. Now, as we head around to the final tray, we've got some real goodies in this one. Some of the best corals probably that they've got in the shop in this very, very blue, but I think it's doing a good job at picking those colours up on camera. Now I can see we've got a whole selection of different peppermint shrimp just hiding down here, and probably the smallest peppermint I've ever seen. That's got to be maybe a captive bred one. Can't even get the camera to focus on him, he's so small. We've got some lovely red A-cans at the top. I'll try and get some top-down views on this tank as well. Those A-cans are absolutely stunning. Really, really fleshy, well grown out. Got some nice Recordia Yuma mushrooms. Beautiful colours. The big green turbinaria there. And then some lovely different Montiporas. We've got rainbow Monties. That one at the back is absolutely glowing. Baby Fungia just there. Another stunning chalice. Really lovely green rim to it. I don't think I'm going to need the coral lens for this tank because the camera's doing a very, very good job at picking up the colours. We've got those Radion lights running on this tank. So we've got that baby Fungia there, and then these mushrooms are absolutely beautiful. They've got these lovely sort of biohazard bounce mushrooms with the green polyps. And then those just behind them are a species of Rhodactus. See if I can get a top down on that. And then like a yellow and green colour. And then we got a Jack-o'-lantern Leptoceras. Quite a few different zoas growing out nicely here. And then this has got to be a Holy Grail torch. Got that green and yellow coloration to it. And I think this is another similar Holy Grail. It's very hard to pick up the colours, but on one side of the stems it's got a gold colour, and the other side is like a lime greenish, and then it's got those pinky purple tips. And there's some more of those yellow and green mushrooms there. If I just zoom in on those, try and get some focus, they're absolutely vivid, popping in colour. And then we got a few more grout zoas. I think we got some whamming watermelons at the back and some scrambled eggs. You can see some radioactive dragon eyes in there as well. Now there is quite a bit of flow on the top, so I don't think the top down shots are going to be too good here. And then we got some lovely, lovely chalices growing out. Got some Sunny D zoas there. And I have absolutely no idea what this is. It's got to be a cluster of Recordia, no, I think Rhodactus. I don't think I pick up the colours, but the edge of the mushrooms have a deep purple. They've got lots of different greens running through them. A coral I've definitely never seen before. It's got some bounce sort of vesicles to it as well. And then this chalice is absolutely stunning. Oh, here we go. There's where the baby plate coral came from, the baby Fungia plate. It's got lovely orange base and green tips to it. This must be a sort of rock that is producing those Fungia plates. They seem to be some small babies spawning at the back there off the rock just here. And we've got lovely Montipora palawensis. I believe that is the beach bum Monty. Big Duncan's colonies, or two big Duncan's colonies. And then just in the basket at the end, we've got some mini maxi anemones just there. So that is the full shop tour here at Atlantis Aquatics in Zurich. Lovely little shot of their behind the scenes coral farm as well. But hopefully you've enjoyed the video. And that is the full shop tour here. And that is it for the video today. That is the shop tour of Atlantis Aquatics here in Zurich. If you've got any questions, leave them down below. Hopefully you made it to the end of the video and you'll hit that subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. Remember to keep those water changes up and happy fish keeping.